All right, so greetings everyone. I'm jumping on today on this video to talk about my story, the vision of Soul Source, which is my new business and Eden's new business, but also pretty much like my life as well, because for me, business and life has always been pretty much one, all like interwoven. I'm like, I don't want what I do for work and money and survival to be different from how I am in real life. So I wanted them to always be very, very consistent. And yeah, just wanted to talk about that today. So pretty much the reason why we decided to start Soul Source, because I've already been doing something like this on and off for the last few years, but it hasn't really been like legit. It was like, I was finding good stuff and trying out a lot of things, and whenever I found something that was really good, I would get everyone onto it. I'd be like, dude, this Shilajit is legit, the cold pressed juice is really, really good, you gotta try this. And I was I've always liked to experiment and explore life and test out new things. And then whenever I find something that really works, I've always wanted to be the person like getting other people to experience it too. And then I get a real joy out of watching people's reaction, out of people's like healing whenever they try something out. Like, let's just say the liver flush that I've been so passionate about for the last like year or so, and it really helped me. So I've loved taking people through liver flushes and then watching their results, and then just seeing them release these stones and then suddenly feel amazing, and their eyes are brighter and they're getting passionate and excited about cleansing as well, and all this stuff. So I pretty much wanted to get pretty much everything from the last 10 years of exploration and putting it like all into one place, but also of course not like overwhelming myself and just shoving every single thing. I wanted everything to have like a real purpose, and nothing that we sell or like talk about is going to be I'm just doing this because of this, because everything needs to be in line with the vision. And I can't just be like, I'm selling this to make money, because I've tried doing that in the past and it just doesn't fly with me. It needs to be something that I actually believe in and something that I actually use, and I feel that will bring value to everyone who decides to use it. For example, let's talk about the Avo Glow skincare that I've produced. This has actually been a dream of mine since I was 16 years old. I've always said I want to make my own skincare stuff that actually works. Because when I was younger, if you know me, probably since the age of 15, I had really, really, really bad skin. Like, my whole face was covered in like acne and pimples, and my forehead, my chest and back, and it was like a torturous time in my life. Never felt so like upset I was just upset and had no confidence, because like I couldn't let anyone look in the mirror, and I was at like my lowest and most vulnerable, and I would literally have done anything and taken anything to fix it. And I feel like this is where the medical and pharmaceutical industry takes advantage of people that are in the same situation. When they're desperate and they want to fix something, they will use this vulnerability and this weakness to sell them things that may fix it temporarily on the surface, but will cause much more problems lower. And instead of saying, hey Toby, you have pimples because your liver is overburdened, because you're consuming too much dairy, you're eating too much processed foods, you're not getting enough sleep, you should try doing a fast and start using more natural things in your skin, and stop washing your face as much because you're interrupting the natural sebum production of your skin. Maybe get in the sunshine more so the sun can do its healing thing on you. Stop using so much harsh chemicals, and stop using sunscreen, and all these kind of, they could have just told me this, but instead they were like, oh, it's really bad, this is genetic because your parents had it, this is your hormones, you need to go on antibiotics, so take this course of antibiotics. And while you're taking antibiotics, you need to eat more dairy, you need to stay out of the sun, literally. And so I did the course of antibiotics, and then it fixes up a little bit. The moment I go off the antibiotics, it comes back worse. They say, well, you need to go on another course of antibiotics, but a different one because your body's adapted to this one. Here's another course. And while you're doing this, how about you use this pimple cream with alcohol and what do they use? Benzoyl peroxide. And how about you use this face wash morning, afternoon, and nighttime 3 times a day, and then apply this other one to your skin after that. So I'm buying this every single week. I'm going to the hospital. I'm going to the dermatologist and taking these pills, and I'm like, it works a little bit, then it gets worse again. And this is wasting a lot of my money, a lot of my time, and taking antibiotics is not good for you. And using these products is messing up the natural microbiome of your skin. And so I got to a point where they say, okay, we've tried everything. Now, instead of changing the diet and lifestyle, let's put you on the harshest thing possible that will definitely work, which is called Roaccutane or Accutane. And this is a synthetic version of vitamin A in a poison high amount dose, which I have no idea why it's legal. And say, here, take these tablets every single day. And while you're on it, you can't drink, of course, because this is already damaging your liver. You don't want to add more problems to your liver. It's so funny because the liver, you need a healthy liver in order to have good skin and like a good life. But instead, they're giving you poison vitamin A, like isotretinoin or something, which burdens the liver even more. But the reason why it works is because it completely dries up all your sebaceous glands. So your body stops producing oils. And if you're not producing oils, of course you can't get pimples because it's just messed up. So this destroys like a lot of processes in your body. And I was getting blood noses, my eyes were dry, my lips were so dry. And not to mention like the mental problems. I was getting a lot of just emotional and like angry and depression, because when the liver is burdened, the liver is connected with a lot of like anger, and these emotions get trapped. So I just felt so messed up. And after doing a little bit of that time, I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I don't want to mess up my body. I just knew this wasn't right. So I just stopped taking it. I threw it all in the bin, and I was like, I'm going to fix it myself. And then that's when I actually thank this event for happening in my life, because it was one of the big turning points, along with many other, a lot of tragedies in life or like challenging times are the pivotal moments in life where you can either take this as a lesson and learn, and actually it pushes you further in your journey, like a springboard. Like this has happened so much, like with Janko passing away and taking his life, and then with Auntie Lily getting really bad stage 4 cancer, which led me to the juices, Janko, which led me to dropping out of law school and just seeing through the whole system, and where you can never be good enough, and just the constant fast pace, and then the pimples, which made me be like, you know what, I actually really hate the pharmaceuticals industry and the system. I'm gonna fix it myself, and I'm gonna delve into health and try to make my skin heal. And at the time I was like, man, I'm gonna be destroyed for life, because I thought I was gonna have scars like all over my face and back and chest. And I was competing in swimming at the time, and I remember I was so self-conscious that I would actually wear like a rash guard to swim, because I didn't want people to see like my body. And it was just not a good time. It was a very dark time. But yeah, it led me into cleansing, and then doing liver flushes to heal the damage from the Roaccutane and antibiotics, and then healing the gut microbiome after stripping it so many times. And also, it took a lot for me to stop using skincare products, because everyone uses a face wash these days and all sorts of things. And then I was like, no, I'm gonna go natural. Started doing intermittent fasting. I stopped using any cleansers on my face, any artificial products at all. And I literally stopped using sunscreen, and I started making my own face things. So I've been making my own skincare and face things for, I think, 5 or 6 years now, because I don't trust any of the packaging and whatever other people are putting in. And I've experimented like jojoba, avocado oil, sesame, different kinds of essential oils, and well, pretty much I'll get up to where we are now. I've come up with something that is my favorite by far out of all the years, and it's like, this is something that I'm finally really proud to not just use it myself, but I get Ina to use it, my family, I'll be happy to use it, and something that I actually want to stand behind and sell as a solution to people who say, hey, I can't just stop using products. I need to use something because it's just ingrained in us to use something. And of course it's nice to use stuff. So taking away the bad solutions that, let's say, supermarkets and pharmaceutical industries provide, and replacing that with a better option that is better for your skin, your health, the environment too, and everything. So like inside the Adelaide Glow, we're using all organic cold pressed oils, essential oils, things that will fade scars, things that will actually help your body start producing the right amount of sebum in the perfect balance, things that protect you from the sun, so natural SPFs, we don't have to use sunscreen, and just things that fade. Oh, it's just too good. Anti-inflammatory, and so that's just one example. And another one, actually I won't go into talking about all the products because we'll be here forever, but yeah, that was just one example, and I wanted to also focus on the vision and just drop back into the vision and share this with you so I can be held more accountable if people see me straying. And as I said before, it's not about making money. It's about making enough to survive and keep it sustainable. But if I'm only focusing on what's in it for me, then it just loses all juice, and it loses everything to me. It needs to be about bridging the worlds and providing solutions that are affordable, that are sustainable, that are good, not only good for you, but also good for the environment. It's a platform as well where I can share things that I've learned through all my years of trial and error. There's been times where I have gone so far to one side and done some really, really dangerous things in the name of like experimenting and seeking. And I want to take all these years of experience and share it in one place, share it all. So share like what I did and what actually I found that works. And then it saves you the trouble of wasting all your time on the internet, researching things, trying out, getting the wrong thing that actually messes you up more, putting the wrong combinations of things, like for example, citrus essential oil on your face, and then burning your face in the sun and having scars, or just combining the wrong things, burning your cacao, just taking this and making it an easy thing. Because I know that everyone has got their own dreams and passions, and everyone's good at different things. But if, for example, you had to use all your time, because we're living in this modern world, it is, where am I going with this? Because we're living in this modern world, and to be healthy and to be a vibrant, healthy human being with a good mind and a good body, it isn't as straightforward as just waking up and just doing what everyone else is doing, because we've swayed so far to one side that if you just did what everyone is doing and what the news tells you to do, what the schools tell you to do, eating the food pyramid, going to school and sitting down for 6 hours a day, watching TV, eating microwave food, drinking tap water or pure tap or bottled water, it's a recipe for disaster, which I found out because I completely trusted in the system for a very long time in my life. And I was like, well, why am I having skin problems? Why am I having mental and why am I having so much anxiety and depression? Why is my body falling apart when I'm only 18 years old? And you actually just had to start thinking for yourself. And it was very, very difficult for me to find role models or people along the way that have like done the honest work and were actually putting it out there without trying to push some sort of other agenda, if you know what I mean. Every side seems to have an agenda, and I want to be like that bridge in the middle where I'm like, this is based on my experience, and I want to make sure I've got good integrity the whole time to say, yeah, try this out, and I can stand by it as like I'm doing it too. I'm getting Ina to do it as well. And another thing was, I know people don't have the time to search it, and it's not the thing that you want to do. So of course you'll just take the easiest option. If it's not your priority and it's not like your highest excitement to be healthy and be vibrant, then of course it's more easy just to do what everyone else is doing. But if I can bring that to you and I can say, yeah, don't worry about the research. You can if you want to. Don't worry about scouring the internet for all the million other products and reading the labels and everything. It's like, trust me when I say this cacao, it is good. It is organic. It is biodynamic. It tastes amazing and it is good energy. It's been farmed with good practices, so the land's not been destroyed. And I can say this is good, or this shilajit has been tested. It's got no heavy metals. You can trust it. This water is spring water, or it's just all these kind of things, putting it and making it so simple. So eventually, like as we continue down this road and start growing, it's gonna not just be like face oils and cacaos and supplements. It's eventually, I would love to have like foods, be like, these fruits are amazing because they've ripened naturally in the tree. These clothes are organic cotton or linen that has been like handmade and is organic and there's no chemicals and no artificial dyes. And be the sole source for all your, pretty much all your needs, and of course keeping everything at the most like fairest pricing, and being just transparent with everything and keeping the flow going. Like I don't want to have things coming in and I'm holding on to it and not letting it flow. Like I want there to be like a continuous flow to everything. And as of course I said, that's like the products wise, and also running educational events, taking people through cleanses, because it's so scary to start doing fasting and cleansing and liver flushing by yourself. I had to be walked through this when I first started liver flushing. My friend took me through it and we did it together at his house in Victor Harbour. And yeah, so I want to make it like easy, accessible and not intimidating, where I'm like, hey, on March the 4th, I'm doing a 1-day cleanse. If you want to come join, it's free. You just got to buy your own kit, which I can order for you, or you can order yourself, and we're just going to come here and do it together. Hey, 2 days later, we're going to do a dry fast if you want to be part of that too. We might even do a liver flush, and then just making it easy and something that we can actually have fun doing, so you're not sitting at home being like, oh, I'm so hungry, this sucks. But we're together with like a tribe of 6 or 7 people, man, fasting, eating, drinking enzymes, cleansing our gut, swimming in the waterfall, soaking up sunshine, singing mantras, doing yoga, laughing, just having a great time. And it's like, well, who knew that cleansing your body and doing things that are healthy for you could be more fun than poisoning your body? Because the way society is at the moment is, it seems like all the fun things are poisoning your body. Like going out, drinking alcohol, taking heaps of drugs and staying up super late. That's like a fun, normal thing to do. How about going to the beach and doing breath work and staying in and getting some sunshine, eating some organic fruits, dancing with your friends? Like just switching the mindset that in order to have fun, I need to be poisoning myself or doing something that is not allowed. Even though it's fine sometimes. But if that's like your mode of having fun, like, oh, I've turned 27, I've got a job, I'm going to celebrate by going out for some drinks. Like, that never made sense to me. Why do we celebrate these big milestones in our lives by poisoning ourselves? We should be celebrating with like the good stuff. That is like being like, I'm going to reward my body, I'm going to reward my mind and my soul by doing something that I absolutely love, and that's good for me and that's good for everyone around me, and I want to take care of the earth. But man, this is just beautiful. But at the moment, as I said, I'm just taking everything one step at a time, so I don't get overwhelmed, and so I can put all my energy on one thing, and then once that's complete, release that, and the next step, and see where this vision can grow. But thank you, and stay tuned. If you would like, check us out. I'll put links and all that stuff in the description below. Peace and love, family. Thank you for watching.